Hello from the Amazon jungle. So I had my first ayahuasca ceremony 2 days ago, and the second one is today. There are four in total. Um, and my experience, I'm going to share with you how it was and what to basically expect if you go through one as well. I mean, there's nothing to expect really because everyone has a unique journey each time. And also, it depends upon the fears or wounds or the shadows that you have got to heal. And I guess for twin flames, it's very, very interesting because our twin is our ultimate shadow as well. And they reflect all the parts of us that we cannot see. So when we came first to this, it's about 10 of us came to the retreat. You know, the first day we had time to just rest and get introduction and orientation. And it was the second day that ayahuasca was given to us at night. At 7 p.m., they started by giving us information, and we were administered it about 9 o'clock. And it was supposed to last for about 4 hours. It actually lasted for five. And we all each took a cup each. And it tastes quite not too bad. It tastes like a plant medicine or like planty, earthy sort of way. And prior to taking the medicine, we had to give our intentions. And my intention was to have a gentle introduction to ayahuasca and to connect with my spirit guides and understand more stuff about the twin flame journey. Unfortunately, it wasn't a gentle introduction. It was very intense, actually, and quite painful. So I took my first glass and I sat down. We were all sitting like in a circle, and it was pitch black, darkness, no candles, no lights. In the jungle, there's no electricity, there's no air conditioning or fans. You know, we're just living in these huts. And basically, you meet in this big, massive hut where you all sit together, sat down, and initially I started feeling like the sensation going in through the throat and down into the stomach, kind of sickly, making you kind of sick. So I kind of initially thought it was similar to like mushrooms. If you've ever done psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms, in the sense that it kind of feels tingly, whereas with mushrooms, you don't actually feel sickly, like you want to vomit or puke. With ayahuasca, you do actually. You can feel very sick because it's trying to purge you from all the things that are going on. I wanted to vomit many times, but I could not. It just wasn't coming out. Don't know whether I was holding it in and repressing it and preventing it or feeling wary of others looking at me. I don't know. But as soon as the medicine was taken, the shamans, there's one shaman and one helper, start singing and doing all the beautiful Amazonian chants towards ayahuasca, whatever's going on. And we close our eyes. And at first, I started to see sacred geometry and lots of patterns. And then I started seeing all the jungle and going inside each leaf and each petal and each trunk, basically, because ayahuasca is made of two different plants. And basically, it was like really beautiful. And I felt that ayahuasca working through all my veins, clearing and cleansing me. That's what it says it was doing. But I did feel that sickly feeling, and it was very uncomfortable to sit for so many hours. We were sitting for like 7 hours, and it was so uncomfortable. But on top of that, ayahuasca brings out all your emotional pain from your pain body. Also, I think your twin's pain. It all just comes up, and you feel it, and it's excruciating at times to sit because you're meant to sit, and it's just so painful. But it comes in waves. It's up and down. Anyway, then I started seeing all these lights. I think I was seeing alien ships or something, like beautiful lights coming down, and it was really quite pretty. One of our participants, she started, it was almost like she was orgasming or giving birth or in bliss, and she was screaming and shouting, and it was very, very distracting. But obviously not to judge and stay in divine neutrality. That's what I try to do. Anyway, at one point, then Mother Ayahuasca, it's like a goddess, came down to speak to me and give me all the answers I wanted. I think she was going to give me answers about my twin flame. But at the same time, the shrieking was going on and the distracting, and I couldn't hear. And then the effects of the medicine wore off. And we are allowed to have a second cup if that happens or the effects are not happening. So I did take another cup, but it was actually 3/4. I downed it in one, and that was intense. So basically, the pain got more, the sickly feeling got more, and I completely lost control of myself and my mind. And Mother Ayahuasca is more caring, divine feminine, nurturing energy, but the other plant I felt like I couldn't connect with. It wasn't more of a spirit, it was more of a plant nature. And it was saying, we are going to take you where we're going to take you, and you're not in control, and we do what we want. But actually, you can, I've learned later, speak to the plant and say, you know what, step by step, or I don't accept this, or whatever. Anyway, I felt loss of control. My mind was going so fast, all these thoughts. I didn't know whether I should be analyzing the thoughts to understand them, or should I be staying in Zen, in 0 point, in surrender, and just like trying to stay in Satori. But no matter how much I tried to like control it, I could not. So I just ended up completely letting go. But there came one point where I thought I was going to die, or I thought I was going to completely lose my mind and go insane. And my shaman later has said that's because I'm too much in my thoughts. My shaman in the UK, whenever I do any medicine with him, he always gives me rapé, which is a tobacco that they give up your nose. They blow up your nose. That helps to basically calm the mind and get you into the heart. So that's something that and I think maybe a lot of us, especially twin flames, are too much stuck in the brain and the mind, and we need to get into the heart, and we need to get into that place of love. But I thought I was going to go insane and go crazy, but it was waves, and then eventually it calmed down. But for the rest of the journey, I was kind of scared that same powerlessness will come back. And so everyone had to face their own fears. Someone was in a black room for a while, and they were crying, and they felt like they were all just alone. Other people saw the Amazon's future and it turning into fire. Some people in bliss, or being, suffocated, or not being able to breathe in the journey within, right? So they were breathing as normal as their physical body. So people were going through a lot of stuff. It was very, very intense. And the shaman explained later that because of the Amazon right now, there's so many fires, and it's like nothing ever before. There's all these spirits that are involved. And so the things are quite intense right now. But anyway, I try to calm myself down and stay present, but I just wanted to get up. At one point, I just wanted to scream out to the shaman and say, help me. But everything was dizzy, everything was moving around. I couldn't get up. I couldn't vomit. I felt like I should. It was horrific. It gave me post-traumatic stress at that time. When it finished, finally, I was kind of relieved, but also traumatized by what happened. I got up and I came to my room, and I just tried to vomit. Nothing came out. Went to the toilet. I felt sick. I lay in bed, and the thoughts were all there. And I kept saying to myself, you need to sleep right now. And in the morning, you can analyze, you can write this down, you can think about it as much as you need. But right now, you need to sleep. You need to rest. And I had to keep bringing my mind back. In the morning, you'll have breakfast, you'll feel better. Because when you take ayahuasca, the days you do, you cannot have dinner. And the food on the retreat, it's like very bland. There's no oil, no salt, no meat. It's like all vegetarian. Anyway, I had to rock myself to sleep almost. It was really quite challenging for a while. But then I slept a few hours. Thankfully, I woke up in the morning feeling a lot better, but still kind of scared. Like I was like, I don't want to do this again. And why am I here? And all these thoughts were coming into my mind. But basically, as you spoke to the shaman, as you calmed down, you realized the normalcy of this and that you can do it. So tonight I'm going to be doing my second ayahuasca ceremony, God help me. And each ceremony is going to be different, and it's different for everyone according to the things you're going through. What I did learn was that I have to focus on what I want. Quite often I have been focused on helping others, saving others, being there for others, putting my attention and focus on others, including the twin. And you have to focus on yourself. At the end of the day, what makes you happy? What makes you feel fulfilled, loved, and respected? Because at the end of the day, the twin flame, the divine masculine, quite often disrespects us, is really rude, really horrible, really egotistical, and we don't deserve that. We deserve divine love. We deserve the best. Of course, we can see where they're mirroring this, but as we heal, we have to focus on ourselves and do what feels good for us, and they have to do their own work, and we don't know how long that's going to take, and we shouldn't sit around waiting for them. We need to focus on ourselves, focus moving forwards. If someone else comes into our life, then we enjoy that if we want to, but we don't need to suffer. Suffering does not have to be the way in which basically this journey should be. We focus on ourselves, we stay balanced, and we bring our energy from the head, the overthinking, into the heart so we can listen. That's the issue I think a lot of us have, and why we're not connecting with our twin flame is because we're not in our heart space, we're too in our mind. through the journey, I understood the pain of my twin flame. I had compassion for all humans, actually, and all plants and animals, because the divine masculine generally has had a very rough life, and they mask and they pretend and they do all smoke and mirrors to kind of pretend that they are something they're not, and they don't even know who they are. And we understand that, but they also have to go through their own ego deaths and basically things that they're going through. They have to learn themselves and they have to catch up if they really want to be with you and if they really want to be in union in this journey and live a better life. Otherwise, we have to just leave them where they are and we have to continue being the best version. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I am going for my second ayahuasca this evening and I'll let you know how that goes. But I wish you all the best. And again, reiterate, focus on what you want and what you deserve, because that's what we're here for.